Does the sound out or not? I have to check it out. Oops. Wait a minute. Okay, as I check the status, I see that the audio is out. So I think it's time to go. So uh, the reason of this stream is to like offer you kind of the preview of this device before you see the premiere of my new device release in September in October 8th. You can just watch that, but this is kind of preview. Yeah, so I'm going to like tweak some parameters. Yo, bro. Yeah, it's Karen. Yeah, hello, bro. Yeah, yeah, right. It is the boombox. The product name is the boombox, as you can see. It is a kind of very uh very epic device ever I met. Like I used this device since 2019 in the middle, like in the summer, and it is almost over 2 years using this device. And I kept this device very secretly because uh, I just want to do some kind of very many experiment together and figure out what I can do. And I realized, oh my god, there's so infinity probability on this. So yeah, so what is the MIDI translator? Uh, is it, as I explained, as much as simple as possible? It is kind of changing the MIDI input message, tweaking some MIDI, and send to the MIDI output port. So it might be similar to the MIDI controller, like Launchpad, for example, but Launchpad can only send a constant note or constant message. If I press specific button, I can send only same. Uh, yeah, of course. Yeah, this device is for used for every single of my project and my songs. So every songs you hear in my YouTube or the battle or whatever is using this device. And yeah, I'm glad that this device is approved in the GBB. And yeah, the video will be released and people will know. But some GBB loopers is already own this device because of me. I recommend to them. Uh, yeah, right. But it's the problem is that yeah, you might heard a lot of this device because I just kept a secret for some people, but maybe it's spread out. But it doesn't really matter because the problem of this device is that it is hard to understand what it's doing without any knowledge or any information. Uh, for me, works same to me, so I spend a lot of time to figure out what I can do. So back to the topic. This specific kind of launchpad or other stuff can only send the specific or constant message, but this translator can tweak the parameter and tweak the MIDI. So and I can send the like automated MIDI message perfectly fit to the timer or whatever. So yeah. So basically, this is kind of the hardware that run the software inside. It is called the Boom MIDI Translator Pro. So basically, people can use it without the boombox, only with the software. But it kind of bit problem happening when they use the only USB cable if they use the hard MIDI work. So this hardware is really powerful and it is really light. As I see the specification, the weight is 180 gram. It is half weight of the general beverage can. Yeah, so it is really light, and very lightweight and tiny, as you can see. So you can hold this device and completely standalone. So you can hold the device, power this cable, and after you save the software inside of the boombox, then you can just use it everywhere. Uh, yeah. So uh, I'm gonna not gonna show everything today, but because I'm going to like tutorial pack selling. So, but I'm going to show like how what you can do. So because very theoretically and mathematical or programming information should be needed, so your brain might be blown up. Yeah, electrics. Yeah, hello. Okay, so let's test one by one. So what I'm going to show you first is, let's see. Uh, oh yeah, the snapshot. So basically, the Linux helix effect, hex effect, or helix, or both RC55 MK2 have the snapshot, but in MK1 it didn't, and the number of the snapshot is limited. For example, in the oh yeah, right, that's kind of very simple MIDI working. You said like changing MIDI note to MIDI CC or MIDI CC to MIDI note is very simple technique in this boombox. Yeah, so you can do beyond all that. You can send one MIDI message to send multiple MIDI message, or making some rules to control some settings. So yeah, you can do whatever you can want about the MIDI. And there's tons of MIDI assignment is possible. As I remember, the approximately you can load about 500,000 translator. Translator means the MIDI assignment. So you can load 500,000 translators in one project. Will you be jamming with your loop? Maybe after I end the stream, I have to go to sleep because it is in 12. It is like night, in midnight. So if I end this stream, I might have to go to sleep. Yeah, yeah. But if I not tired, then I can enjoy. So I will show you that you're shocked first. So first thing I want to show you is the snapshot function. This is really general, but it is not applied in RC5 by MK1, and it is limited. Number of the snapshot is limited to 8 in Helix, 4 in HX Effect, 4 in MK2, RC55 MK2, which called bank. Snapshot and the bank is same, but with the boombox you can load infinite amount of snapshot, like tweaking the ABC at the one same time, and changing the type of the effects, turning on and off is possible. So I will show the example. So I'm going to change the helix to the snapshot mode. Yeah. So you're right now pure listening to the helix sound, and I'm going to use the RC55 as a send return. So signals go to RC55, and those signals will be go to helix, and the final signals will go to your ears. 네, 안녕하세요. So yeah, if I go to another snapshot of the helix, then you can listen my RC55 sound. This preset is for the kick sound, so dynamic, filter, EQ. As you can see, it is filter. And let's see, let's try some. Figure out it work or not. Yeah, it worked. Now let's see. So what I'm going to do is changing the dynamic, filter, EQ to guitar to bass, vocal distortion, and reverb at once. So let's see. 네. 루프 스테이션 같은 경우는 이제 영상 여러 번 사람들 쓰는 거 보면서 없을 때부터 매뉴얼 거의 익혀가지고 좀 습득하는데 얼마 안 걸린 것 같아요. And guitar to bass, focal distortion, reverb, and I'm going to change next parameter. So oops. Dynamic focal distortion slicer. It changed again. Dynamic EQ chorus changed also again. And also you can see the light of the ABC changed. So I want to assign only A turn on and BC turn off. So I did that. So yeah, you might be confused. So as you see the screen, the like parameter will be tweak crazy. That's the reason. And I'm going to change it again. Oh, so I pressed the wrong button. So back again and back to the dynamic filter EQ. Yeah, and that's the kind of the snapshot function I program. So it run by a software, so you have to program it like a programmer coding, not difficult coding, but kind of coding technique needed to understand. So yeah, if you apply, then you can make infinite of a snapshot of input facts and track facts. So I will show you how the parameter go crazy. Like, so look carefully. Dynamic will be changed into guitar to bass, and also B and C will be changing. So yeah, and I only use the two assigns. So one is the input FX type increase and the input FX on and off. I only use two. So if you see my Loop Insider shoutout video, I use this routine, use these sounds. So that's the function I developed and shared to my GBB loopers. And yeah, that's the snapshot function of the RC545 MK1. And we can go to the next one. The next one is the step sequencer. Oops, sorry, the sound might be loud. So what is the step sequencer? Which means tweaking the parameter by the steps. It exists on the RC505 MK2 already, or the SY1000, but the problem is that the amount of the step sequencer is limited to 16 per parameter and maximum 64 per bank, number bank for whole preset. So 16, 16, 16, 16. So which means you can have only 64, but you can now have infinite amount, promise infinite amount of sequencer. And it perfectly fits the tempo. I will show you. Let's try. I'm going to figure out. Okay, it changed very rapidly, so I'm going to. Oh, tempo is really quite fast, so I'm going to change it slow a little bit, and you will see the pitch parameter will be changed dramatically. And yeah, you can use the. I use the Launchpad to as a MIDI controller right now to take some preset, but you can just with the only RC505 or Beatstep, whatever device you can control. Even you can control with your keyboard, typing keyboard through the USB port to this box, and you can run the preset. That's really crazy. You don't need the MIDI controller anymore. So if I open the snapshot 2, I will show you what happens. Yeah, as you can hear, the 16th pattern is happening to the tempo, and you can add more and more. I just leave it to 16th for easier understand. So the pitch interval parameter is tweaking as a major chord of the major chord, and I don't know the scale, root scale, but yeah. Oh, this device is the Line 6 Helix. Like the larger one is Line 6 Helix, and yeah, hello, Mr. Asho. Sorry for the my pronunciation or English technique is not that good, but this device is the Boombox. Uh, you can search, but please read this rule writing that don't buy yet because the coupon code -20% coupon code will be released in my premiere video though, so you should use that. So don't buy yet because you can save your money right now. Yeah, so you can like freaking anything like pitch interval, reverb mix, delay parameter, or any other thing can be step sequencer and create a creative texture. And that's the main sound source of my track Bangarang. Not my track, the cover of the Bangarang. So I'm changing my frequency of the filter or the distortion level, tweaking very crazy, and then make the like steps perfectly fit sound. I don't have to like make my pitch correct. I just have to and the Bangarang sound. Yeah, good. Yeah, good choice. Yeah. And that's called the step sequencer. So the advantage of this is a MIDI, so you can apply on any other device. You can apply to RC505, you can apply to your HX effect, whatever. And as I used it, I didn't experience any kind of error. Yeah. And also don't forget to buy my tutorial pack. It is because it is really helpful to understand. Because although I go to military, I will leave my tutorial pack so you can download, like buy it and use it, and don't have to waste your time for figuring out what it works. Because if you're watching the tutorial pack, you will understand whole thing in 1 day or 2 days. Yeah, and you can use it directly right away. And the next preset I want to show you guys is the sidechain. Oh, and everybody watched my, I think everybody watched my like Instagram story and watched the sidechain work. So I will show you how it works. Load my sidechain preset. And also this can have a Wi-Fi inside, so you can load the preset through your phone or computer. So you can also save the files inside of the Boombox and select which one to operate. That's really cool. Oh yeah, we are already in the sidechain. Oh, so I will show you the kind of the baseline here. Turn on the send return. Yeah, very harsh baseline. Not really good. And this one will be the no sound. Maybe the kick sound here. Yeah, but this is just for side chaining the signal. So as you see the play level, if I press the here, as I press the track 3, the play level is instantly become 0 and go back to 100. So the track 4. Oh yeah, by the way, the Wi-Fi is not the actual internet Wi-Fi. It's just for the loading the preset and download the preset of the Boombox. So you can't use it for watching the YouTube video. That's because the price tag is quite cheap. So, and by the way, anyone can't access to your device Wi-Fi because you can set the Wi-Fi password and change it. So you don't have to worry about the security problem. So as I press this button, it instantly sends the MIDI signals to the Boombox, and Boombox make a kind of the automated timing message and sending the CC message very fast, many. So it changed the play level. So you can make a real like produced track with this technique. So if I apply the filter here, then you can hear more some kind of very deep bass line is. And the cool thing is that you can change this technique to another FX parameter. So as I see the assignation of the RC505, the source is CC5 and it changed the track 4 play level, but I can adjust to control the input effects or track effects, whatever. So let's take a input effects and let's see, use the filter. Then you can see the cutoff is changing. It goes back to 100, but I will change to backward. So let's change the minimum and maximum. So minimum will be about 8 or maximum will be 10. So if you see the cutoff, it instantly decreased. So if I use the filter, yeah. So it is different from just just 100 0. It is slightly changing. So you can really sound design very well, and you can make a real synth track. So I will show you using the panning delay and the filter together. So I'm going to make a timing to 24 to make a low frequency. Yeah, you can really do the sound design technique in here. And yeah, hello. Yeah, hello. And also, this is kind of one-shot trigger, so only the one's happening. If you combine with the step sequencer technique and the sidechain technique together, you can make a bumping bass line, like, and in the perfectly fit to the tempo. So I will show you how it works. So let's load the bass pattern drop preset and change the, yeah, so I'm going to change here. And if I apply the technique here, you can hear the sounds like this. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The sound is really loud. Yeah. So you can do that very, very easily. So I'm going to show you how my filter and pattern works. So I'm going to like directly try with the vocal distortion and the guitar to bass and the filter used before. And let's go to another snapshot to prevent the feedback. as you can as you can hear as you can hear not only this bass bumping baseline exists, you can adjust any tweaking parameter fit to the pattern and not just changing tight. You can change very slightly or fast, drawing a curve, whatever you want. So that's really useful technique I used on sound design. So you see that I only use the RC55 to make this track, and if you combine with the other external device and this device, then you can do whatever. Yo, hello, hello. Yeah, Vietnam. Yeah, Vietnam. Very good. Actually, I once, like, this is kind of out of topic, but I once visited Vietnam before. Yeah, very, very. I like dragon fruit. I don't know exact. I don't remember the fruit's name, but I really enjoyed that in Vietnam. Yeah, like, yeah, in Korea we call it Vietnam in 3 words, Vietnam. But yeah, everybody call it Vietnam or Viet, like whatever. Okay. And also, the one thing I want to show you is kind of more. I have more and more. You can create whatever. Yeah. So let's see what's next. Oh yeah, there's kind of the drum pattern. So as you see, this is one shot. And you can play the kind of the drum pattern perfectly fit to the launchpad or automatically. So you can record the kick, snare, hi-hat, and play the drums. Don't have to you don't have to do that. You just and it's done. Just play the the launchpad. So I will show you how it done. So as I remember correctly, I assigned this as a drum machine in Note. So let's see. Okay. Oh yeah, now it's playing. So I can assign to the launchpad. So I'll show you. So if I play the launchpad, yeah, you can do that. Yeah, in player, you don't have to like oh, I pressed the wrong. Delete this. And the reason of this technique is really good at in the MK2 you can bounce the track. So as you see watch the video of the PSN versus Crystal first round, the PSN used a bounce function of and record that like fader, but you don't have to do that. You just at a one shot and yeah, you can do that with the launchpad. And yeah, let's go to the next one. Yeah, you can have more and more. And this is quite a simple, but I solved the tempo issue of the inline 6 product. So I will show you how it does. So this preset is called the tempo, and you can listen the metronome, and I will turn on the tremolo. So basically, if I play the start and stop in the metronome here, the helix product light turn into blue, which means the tempo is now synced, but the helix is not, or the line 6 product is not good at that. So I took some settings, like cheating, like not cheating, like very, very simple, but very, very powerful technique. So I solved that. Oh yeah, Frosty, hello. Oh yeah. Yeah, Frosty, hello. Yeah, maybe this is your first time listening about this device. So I will show you the tempo tremolo. So if I press the metronome, it's synced. you hear, every time I press, the starting point of the tremolo fit and it's synced forever. That is the tempo solving technique. And if I go to another like tempo, like tremolo, you can hear more clearly. Bleach up tremolo. So if I on this and starting the metronome, it's synced. Also, there's a starting point in the bleach up tremolo 2, 4, 8, 6. Then the starting point is step 1, which means 2. And every time I press the new metronome into red, then it perfectly go back to the first point and fit the tempo. Yeah, so any kind of timing parameter can be worked, but I realized that some kind of FX model, although having some timing parameter, didn't really fit to the tempo. They like working independently of the sync, but the tempo amount, like for example, the BPM value is exactly the same. So if I detect the RC505 and the Helix tempo and compare together without the boombox, the tempo is slightly bit off, like 1.5 BPM higher or 1.5 BPM lower, but with the boombox, the BPM is same, which means yeah, you can do that. Oh yeah, so this is kind of using a tempo technique, and yeah, that's kind of the crazy technique. Actually, this kind of feature, only use solving the tempo issue, is really helpful for the Helix user or HX Effect user, as I think, but you can do more and more. So yeah. Okay, and like what you can do next? Actually, like you can do like LFO also. Let's figure out what LFO in here triggered, because if you're using the MIDI or whatever else, you have to figure out what triggered what. So what trigger what. So you have to figure out input message type and output message type and rules how it work. So as I see the LFO here in my boombox patch, I trigger by the note message and control the value of the CC. Oh no, I can use it. Maybe I can use it in the Helix. So let's try. So now I will like make a new one, whatever, like reverb. Particle verb, and I will make it the particle verb mix control by the CC number 4. And as I figure out correctly, yeah, it now will work. As you see, the mix is going crazy. Like, so if I press this and so the LFO means it's the low frequency oscillator. So it is the kind of making the like tweaking the parameter, drawing a graph. So this graph you are watching right now is triangle. So it going above, down, like drawing a triangle. But you can make a so down wave, so up wave, or more half time faster or double time slower, whatever you can control. You just like think about what you want to do and program it, and that come true. So if I remember correctly, this LFO is synced to the BPM. So if I change the RC55 tempo, it sounds like Uh, oh, yeah, as you can see, the tempo is synced, but only the problem is that I have to like press the note watching the red, but you can assign it to uh, starting the track or starting the metronome to trigger the LFO. So that means it is true. Yeah. So you can make a LFO, not means it has a LFO. Yeah. So be careful. This boombox kind of really basic, but if you know how to manage, then you can make. But without any information, you will experience the nightmare for a month. That's what the people who didn't uh, know especially about this device experience. They like ask me like they don't know about this device, so I generally teach him. But that's kind of very useful and helpful experience because I realize what people need and what people didn't understand easily. So I have to manage the filming the video again and again and make a better one. Yeah. So okay. Oh my god. Yeah. So yeah. Is there a kind of feature like you guys imagine like want to do with a MIDI? Like because as I show you some more than one two I show you 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 about 7 kind of feature what you can do. But if you imagine a new one, like not the LFO, not the tempo setting, not the snapshot. If you imagine the new one, you can like suggest me, and I could like program it and make an update my preset because it has a time. And yeah, also like very many techniques. And like the main problem is that the boombox can only have the one output and one AV input port here, so you have to like uh what I have to say, you have to use the through box, like duplicating the MIDI signals of the output. Then you can easily connect that to the RC5 or our other extra devices. Because for me, I use the one duplicate 4 through box, and I think that's enough for manage all my devices. And yeah, the price tag is quite low. And also you have to buy the software also, not only this box, because this device is run by a software and that software is also non-free, but don't be worried because after the discount coupon code release, then you can buy them both as a cheap price. So please stay tuned and wait until the premiere video released. Okay. Oh my god, I'm so really sweaty. I'm maybe sleep. I am so maybe yeah. I think that's enough about the preview, and I will leave it to everybody to watch and leave a comment. Then you can ask me whatever you want. And yeah, see you.